Hello, everybody. Welcome to Scotty's Side. Thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. All right, I got a video here from Dev Campbell. I think I've done one of his videos before, maybe. 7,000 subscribers ish. Another video that seemed to do really well. I think other content creators have watched this too, but I have not seen the whole thing, so we're going to go through it.
So I just heard some bad news from a good friend of the family here. And I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to call him Tom. His name's not Tom, but we'll call him Tom.
Sure.
So Tom's been married for like 25 years. Him and his wife are what I would consider to be perfect.
Yeah, and apologize. Just stop it. I can't believe this. My friend's wife dumps him after 25 years of marriage. That is the title.
Close to perfect as I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Both of them make great money. Him and his wife both, like I said, been together 25 years.
Power couple.
Happy, healthy, always laughing, always smiling. They took trips all the time. They did this together, did that together. Everything seemed great. And just recently, I guess, out of nowhere, she took off. She's been seeing somebody else. She divorced him. She crushed him.
What the fuck?
I've never seen him.
What?
Tom is literally one of the most happy-go-lucky, always cracking jokes, always making everybody smile kind of guys. Now, he's a union steam fitter. He has been for a long time. He makes really good money, and he's got some rental properties, and he's really good with money. So financially, he's always been set. Maybe not always been set, but he's put himself in a good position. And he said that out of nowhere, I don't know what it is, but she took off. I would never expected that to happen. And he's crushed. And she is right now, like as he told me, living it up with some new lover boy after 25 years, like nothing even happened.
Yeah, see? It's never good enough. She lost that butterfly feeling. This guy is new and exciting and thrilling. Ooh. It won't last. I've seen this how many times? A lot of us subscribe to this channel have seen this countless times. It won't last. It's a fleeting distraction for her.
And it got me thinking about something.
Yep, okay.
Hearing this news all the time, especially from somebody that, like I said, I would never have guessed this would have happened. They seemed super healthy, super happy, but I guess it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Nothing's ever really enough. And this made me think, this morning I've been thinking to myself, at what point, like we've talked about many times on this channel, at what point are men going to start saying, you know what, I'm just worried about my own happiness from here on out? At what point is that going to happen? Because it's still not happening.
Yeah.
You hear a lot of people say, oh, men do the same kind of thing. No, they don't. They don't. As a society, that's not true. As a society, we have men that still try to uphold a certain image, a certain type of behavior, certain accountability, and the women in our society have changed drastically.
Yeah.
They've changed. I don't think drastically or dramatically. I don't think those words even sum it up enough. Those are understatements. And even in my videos that I've made in the last couple weeks, I've gotten lots of tradcons to comment or message me,
Yeah.
give me the same spiel as always.
Yeah.
As a man, you this, and as a man, you shouldn't encourage that behavior. Dude, shut up. Shut up. I am a Christian and I am conservative. Like, that's what I would consider myself. Not a tradcon. I'm more of like a new con, some kind of weird hybrid new conservative. I'm not a good Christian. I cuss. I'm vulgar. I'm this and that. That's what it is. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But all you tradcons that always comment this bullshit on my videos, you need to understand something. You guys are in love with the fantasy of Leave It to Beaver and the Wonder Years, like I've said before. That shit's dead and gone. Leave It to Beaver is not coming back, dude.
Yeah.
Leave It to Beaver isn't coming back.
Nope.
Those women do not exist anymore. And the ones that do exist are fake. They are faking it. They're acting a certain way to get something.
Fuck yeah.
At what point do men like my friend Tom, who worked their ass off in the union since he was, I mean, he's in his 50s right now, and he's been a union steam fitter since he was early 20s, I guess, I think it is. Literally never missed a day of work. And I know he spent a lot of money on her. He's done a lot with her, bought her a lot of stuff. In fact, she had a kid from a previous man before him.
Oh
And
no.
he's gone out of his way to take care of that kid.
Oh no.
At what point do we just start saying it's acceptable for men to just give the finger to to dating and marriage and just be selfish and do whatever they want?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of my repartee too, but I don't think it's being selfish. Personally, I don't. You know, a lot of these tradcon guys or the right-leaning talking heads will be like, "Oh, it's selfish not to have kids. It's selfish not to get married and what have you." I don't think it is. Looking after yourself and not providing for someone who's going to do this kind of thing to you, that's selfish. That's dumb, dude. And me and a lot of other channels, more and more guys, more and more creators are just being like, it is not worth it. I am not going to get married. I'm not even dating, any of that kind of stuff. And it makes sense. When you see more and more stories like this, right? What's the conclusion you come to? I've come to that conclusion long time ago. Long time ago. And many, many, many more men are waking up and realizing this just doesn't work. So they're opting out. And I think it's great. And I see more and more men happening. It's going to happen to more and more men. And marriage is going to become a thing of the past. Or, as a lot of people say, it's only going to be, I don't know, like upper people or, upper class people, if you want to even call it that. Basically people that can afford it, I guess. I don't know. But even then, it's going to creep up into that too, I think. So.
At what point, as a society, do we just say, you know what, guys, just chase your money, just chase your fitness and your health and stuff, and just get hookers. Just buy these young, hot hookers, have your fun, and then do whatever you want with the bros the rest of the time. At what point does stuff like that start being acceptable? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm tired of seeing this one-way street, this two-tier system of accountability and this two-tier system of what's expected.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. Like, it's a laugh at this point. I see vulgar, trashy, garbage women out here that are still being treated better than like good, respectful, traditional men as a whole by society.
Yeah.
I see 10 times as many people coming to the defense of the scummiest, trashiest, adult movie consuming and size queen filth and vulgarity and hookup women that are consumed by that garbage. I see 10 times more people coming to their defense as the ones even giving respect to like good, respectful men.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the sisterhood, right? And a lot of it is fueled by simps. By these pathetic, weak, little fucking pussy motherfuckers that can't grow a fucking spine. Oh, yes, queen. Oh, my lady. Can I just whiff your farts, please? That is what... This wouldn't be happening if there weren't simpy guys giving money, giving all this attention. It wouldn't happen. Women do this because men have allowed it. Men encourage it. Men literally pay for it. If it didn't pay so well, women wouldn't do it. Men need to stop simping immediately.
I can't believe as men, there's still so many of us trying to be like respectful and relatively traditional and wanting the family structure. And I know a lot of people are holding out hope for that because we're thinking long-term, the bigger image of society, and we can't let society fall. This is what's best for people. But I'm telling you guys right now, this is a losing battle.
And I think it's a big West thing, a Western ideal. There's something to be said about these passport bros that go overseas where the women are still traditional and don't think like this. There's still an accountability thing. There's an adherence to your family, like being part of a family. a social unit, if you will, where they think about others instead of themselves first. Think about their community, things like that. You know, that's dead in the West. So that's why a lot of guys are going overseas, and I don't blame them. It's not my thing, but I understand why.
We are in a losing battle. Because I'm not going to say every, but almost every girl out here is laughing in your face. They're laughing in your face about these being chivalrous and respectful and traditional, and I want a good old woman. They're laughing in your face. They think you're a joke. They make fun of you to their friends about how much they have you fooled, thinking they're a good girl. Went back at spring break, I did this, or just last weekend, I did that. You have no idea what most women have done or are doing. Most of you guys that are in relationships, you have no idea the gross, backstabbing garbage, your great, trustworthy girlfriend or wife, you have no idea what she's even looking at on her phone every day probably, and blow your mind.
Yeah.
You have no idea how many guys she's probably talking to or entertaining. And a lot of you guys are going to get mad when I say this and click off and get butthurt. That's the truth. That's the absolute truth. That's the absolute truth.
And that's why a lot of guys are checking out. They're saying, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. And it's completely understandable. Absolutely. Why would you want to deal with that? Why? Why do any of that? Why deal with any of that kind of stress in your life? Nope. No thanks. And any guys that do deal with it, that have, fuck buddies or whatever with women, they already know this, that they're like, yeah, they're probably whoring around. Whatever. I use them for fun, and then I kick them out of my, or I go over to her place, I blow her back out, and then I leave. There are guys that will put up with that, but just that little bit. And then if the bitch gives any kind of hassle, he's gone. So, but most guys can't get into that position or don't have that access, don't have that option. Most average guys don't have the option to have even a fuck buddy or something like that. So they just say, no, fuck this. Like, I'm not even, it's not going anywhere. It's not doing anything for me. So I'm out. And I don't blame them. I
would have never guessed that my friend Tom and his wife would end this way. Never, ever, ever. And it just goes to show, as men today, you're just never safe. Doesn't matter how charming you are. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about all the bullshit everyone says. I don't care about any of that. Because the mentality of this monster that we're feeding as a society with women is just, it's undefeated. It's becoming this overgrown monster, this attitude. And again, times have changed drastically, and most men are not, either they're too dumb or they're just not willing to change. They want to hold on to hope. And I get it. But at what point do men just say, you know what? F this. Mm-hmm. I don't care about, being Mr. Nice Guy anymore. I'm not going to do this shit because I'm doing it for no reason.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
The world has changed drastically. Women have changed drastically in our lifetimes. And most men still refuse to change or refuse to adapt or refuse to operate in the realm in which we live. They still want to operate in a fantasy world of 1955.
Yeah.
I mean, this is another topic for another video, but even what most women consider to be attractive physically and emotionally and everything, that's changed drastically. I mean, I have seen women in street interviews call Chris Bumstead a 3, while calling Lil Peep, the rapper that passed away, a 9. If you call Chris Bumstead a 3 and rest in peace, Lil Peep, that rapper, a 9, I'm just gonna throw my hands up and laugh. As a society, if this is what women are gonna think, I don't know what to say anymore. I don't even know. We're in an upside down world.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Is it too late? Do men need to actually wake up and start being more selfish? I know women like to say men are so selfish. No, they're not.
Yeah.
The 1% of like super hunk guys that have as many women throwing themselves at them as even the ugliest of women do, yeah, they might be a little selfish. Not most decent men. Most men are not that selfish. Most men are still pretty respectable. Most men are still pretty traditional.
I agree.
for no reason, because the women that they're seeking are not that in the slightest bit.
I agree. Yeah. No, I think guys are just checking out, as they should. Let's look at some comments, huh? His first mistake was marrying a single mom. It was doomed from the very start. I agree. That was, oh man. Yeah, the whole single mom picking up someone else's kid. Nope. I'm that guy too. After 29 years of marriage and 4 kids later, my wife left me because she said she wasn't happy. Right there. She couldn't say one bad thing about me, though. See? See? It's boring. I'm not happy. She'll end up on TikTok crying in her video into her phone about how she can't get any. Where are all the good men? I left my marriage. Why did I do that? You know it's coming. But I was happy she left because she was a bitter and negative housewife. See, it's never good enough, guys. It's not ever going to be good enough. So why get involved? So now I live in peace with all my money. There you go. There you go. Yeah. That's why I never got married. I never will. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, please. If you would, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Oh boy. Take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of each other. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.